What is up, everybody? Back with another top 10 video here today, and it's going to be the top 10 album closers, so best final tracks on albums, and it's going to be hard rock and metal, and it's a special video here today. I've got a guest with me, so go ahead and introduce yourself, buddy.
I am the founder and editor of Loud Sound Epicenter.com, my own music blog, and you can follow me at Aaron Ryder AC. And thank you, Bryce, for inviting me on your show. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, dude. We've been like friends on the internet here for about 5 years now, always talking music, so figured I'd have you on here, and kind of a rip-off of Sea of Tranquility, but, you know, it's whatever. That's a good channel, but got the idea of this from them for sure. But, so yeah, we're just going to jump right into this. Some stipulations for it. As I said, it's album closers, no duplicates, so only one song per band or artist. Hard rock and metal, so anything from 70s hard rock type stuff to Norwegian black metal if you're feeling it. So I guess go ahead and kick us off with your number 10.
All right. Well, my top 10 list starts off pretty generous. It is Call of Cthulhu by Metallica. I always thought it was a cool way to end the album, and it sounds like classical music. I don't know if that was on purpose, but
yeah.
But
very nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
It's a very nice pick.
Thank you. I know we're not huge Metallica lovers on this channel, but you know, I just thought I'd give a little sympathy.
Yeah, Dave Mustaine co-writing credit on that, and to me, I think that song took some influence from Venom Soup by Ted Nugent. If anybody's ever picked that up, you can go give them both a listen and see.
That's right, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
My number 9.
Whoa.
Oh.
We're gonna go back and forth here.
Of course.
Yeah. So you'll go 10, I'll go 10, 9, 9. But yeah. So my number 10 is gonna be Shot in the Dark from The Ultimate Sin. I don't know if this is gonna focus, but I got the album right here. Probably not focusing, but of course I'm a huge Jakey Lee fan. He's my favorite guitarist that Ozzy had. That's just a really awesome, kind of dark song. The solo's amazing. Just overall, I really love that one, so that's my number 10.
Nice. I actually forgot about Ozzy. I'm kind of revealing myself here, but yeah, I forgot about that one.
I can't remember everything.
Yep.
Tough.
Well, my next one is a little bit of a deep cut. It is a song called Breathe by the band Trouble. And that's one that's grown on me a lot. It's on an album called Manic Frustration, which is, they're used to doing doom metal, but on that one it's a more straight ahead hard rock album. But for that song in particular, it goes in a very Pink Floyd influenced direction, and so it's a nice way to end the album.
Nice. What year is that album? 90.
Oh man, I think that's 95.
92.
You might, because it's been a while. I'm really only familiar with their self-titled from 1990. Like, really familiar with that one. I love that album, but might have to listen to them some more. All right, so my number 9 is going to be Black Hearted Woman from the self-titled Blue Murder album. Final track is not focusing, but final track on that album, of course, John Sykes had been in Tigers of Pantang, then Lizzie, Whitesnake, and then he formed his own band, Blue Murder, which first album of theirs rules, and that song, amazing opening riff, great guitar tone from John, just overall fantastic song. So that's my number 9. Yeah, it's a great pick. The great John Sykes makes every band better.
Yeah, he does.
Every joins it.
Indeed.
But for my number 8, right? We're on 8.
Yeah, 8.
It is, I think this is the longest song on my list. I think it's almost 12 minutes. But it's a song called Epitaph by the band Fate's Warning.
Okay.
And it's one of the few progressive metal bands that I go back to. And really, it's an Iron Maiden song, especially in the context of that era.
Yeah.
So it's a great crescendo moment at the end of the album.
Nice. Very nice. All right, so my number 8, I'm going to give some love to a newer band that I'm a huge fan of. The band's Enforcer. The song is Take Me to Hell from their 2010 album Diamonds.
These guys are from Sweden, of course. Olaf Wickstrand is the band leader, kind of like a Dave Mustaine type guy, plays guitar and vocals, and just amazing band. If you like 80s, this traditional metal mixed with some speed metal type stuff, you love these guys. Definitely one of the leaders of the new wave of traditional heavy metal movement. They've got 4 or 5 albums out now. All of them have good material on them, but this one definitely my favorite album closer of theirs, and got to be on my list. So Take Me to Hell, number 8.
Yeah, I love that band. One of my favorite newer metal bands. So that's a great pick, of course.
Thank you.
All right.
By the way, we didn't share these lists beforehand, just so I have no idea what Aaron has. He doesn't know what I have, so.
That's right. We're surprising each other live on air.
On air for the viewers' pleasure.
That's right. All right. So now I'm gonna take my esoteric picks off the list for now. We're going back to some bands that everyone loves and knows. For my number 7 is Dissident Aggressor by Judas Priest. Of course, very heavy. Crazy that it came out in 1977. But yeah, pretty obvious pick.
Yeah, that's a great one. Great one. Don't quite have that one on my list. Give a little spoiler, but definitely was in my honorable mention area in consideration.
Awesome.
All right, so my number 7, I'm gonna go with another newer band, new wave of traditional heavy metal. My boys in Skull Fist. Final song on the album, Mean Street Rider. This album is Chasing the Dream, 2014. This is, I'd say, the best band in the new wave of traditional heavy metal. Zach Slaughter on vocals and guitar, has a really awesome voice, and it's kind of like a blend of Tokyo Blade, Dokken, and Iron Maiden, if I was going to describe the sound for people who don't know them. But amazing stuff here. Definitely go give it a listen. Number 7, Mean Street Rider.
Yeah, I know you've talked about that song a lot. I don't know how I missed that prediction, but yeah, very nice pick from Skullfist. My number 6, I almost forgot because I was putting together all my metal picks first.
Yeah.
But it is Rocket Queen by Guns N' Roses, the infamous ending to the Appetite for Destruction. Always my favorite from that album. And it's really like 2 different songs towards the end, so it's very unique, and yeah.
Cool. My favorite from Appetite was always Night Train, but yeah, that's just me.
Nice.
All right, so my number 6 is The Torture Never Stops from self-titled debut from Wasp. Of course, Blackie Lawless, amazing singer. Great musician. He's played bass and rhythm guitar for the band over the years. Wasp, a ton of great albums and songs. That one definitely one of their best and is my favorite album closer. Just definitely a band. They also kind of get mislabeled as glam metal a lot. Yes, they had that big hair and really like outrageous stage outfits through the 80s, but they were always heavier than a lot of those other bands, and I would call them just straight up classic heavy metal. Just amazing song, amazing album. Torture Never Stops, number 6.
I think 80s glam metal on Twitter would debate you on that. That label of Wasp.
Electric Circus era. They definitely had the glam look. I just think they're a bit heavier.
Yeah, for sure. I think we'd both agree on that. Yeah. But yeah, great to have Wasp. I did not even narrow down my Wasp pick, so that's another error on my part. But now I'm in the top 5 for both of us, and my next song was one of the first ones to come to mind. It's Western Alliance by Metal Church from the 1986 album The Dark.
Nice.
And, it's such a fast song. I just thought it was the perfect way for a thrash band to end their album. It's always stuck out to me. So
yeah, very cool. They actually got a Metal Church album up on the wall. It's above the screen, but their debut's hanging up there.
Nice.
All right, so my number 5 is going to be Come to the Sabbath by Merciful Fate. Final song on their 1984 album, Don't Break the Oath. Of course, King Diamond, the vocalist, one of the best ranges and best voices in all of metal. They are labeled as first wave black metal, which to me, of all those first wave black metal bands, they're the best, but they also had the most traditional metal edge. Like, really, just their lyrical content and image was kind of fitting with black metal. But overall, not really sounding like black metal, just good, classic, traditional metal for the most part. And that song, really cool, evil, dark stuff, great musicianship, great vocals. Come to the Sabbath, number 5.
Yeah, it's hard to pick a favorite from both Merciful Fate and King Diamond, so it's a very brave pick to decide between the two.
Yeah.
My number 4 specifically, I had to narrow down a lot, especially with this band. But it is the last song on the album Hemispheres, called La Villa Strangiato by Rush. So this is another case where the song is just every member like doing their best performance, and even the bass is doing crazy soloing. It sounds like Billy Sheehan or somebody like that. So it's basically a jam session type of song.
Nice. All right, so my number 4 is a song that, if I was going to guess based off like past conversations, I would guess you might have this one at number 1. I'm going to go with On Fire by Van Halen.
Wow.
Yeah, final song on the debut album. I don't know if you're going to have this on your list anywhere, but really good, somewhat overlooked song. Of course, there's a lot of others on here that are a lot more popular, but this one is my second favorite on the album. I'm the One is my favorite Van Halen song of all time, but On Fire, top 5 favorite of all time from them. Just amazing song to close out the album. So yeah, that's my number 4.
Yeah, I definitely agree with I'm the One, On Fire. I mean, those are like just two of the best rock songs, period, I would put up against anything else. Yes, definitely, for sure. So that's a great pick. Very epic pick. And so now, for the top 3, I got on my list is Hallowed Be Thy Name by Iron Maiden, which is self-explanatory. I think we all love that song.
Extremely epic, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it speaks for itself, pretty much.
Yeah. Nice. Well, my number 3 is going to be My Last Words, the final song on Peace Sells But Who's Buying. Megadeth, my favorite band of all time. The outro solo, or maybe not the outro solo, but that solo at the end by Dave Mustaine, definitely one of his best of all time. And just overall amazing song, one of their absolute best. So, of course, it's going to be up here for me. Number 3, My Last Words.
Wow, I expected a different song to take that place. We can discuss afterwards, but
yeah.
That's a great pick. I also went back and forth which one I wanted to pick, so
yeah.
That's great. That's back and forth. All right, we're back. Number 2 now, top 2. I'm gonna have to coincide with your third pick is Hook and Mouth by Megadeth.
Nice.
And it was very tough. I've always clung to that song as far as my favorite closer, but it's so close to pick with all the others, including the one you mentioned.
Yeah, I love that one. Love Ashes in Your Mouth. Rust in Peace Polaris. Really, they've got a lot of great ones, so tough to pick.
Yeah, one of the hardest.
Yeah. Best band of all time, so.
Yeah, just maybe a little.
Yeah. All right, so my number 2 is what you had at number 3. We did not share these beforehand, but yeah. Freaking Hallowed Be Thy Name from The Number of the Beast, 1982. As we said, just a super epic, amazing song. The harmonizing guitar from Dave Murray and Adrian Smith, amazing. Bruce Dickinson sounds awesome. It's the first album with him, of course. But fantastic song, one of the best of all time. Hallowed Be Thy Name, number 2.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that pick. I mean, that's probably what everyone would like to see at the top, and it deserves it. You know, it's definitely not overrated by any stretch. So, yeah, great pick, of course. So
you're number 1.
That's right. It's come down to my final pick, and My number one, I know it's weird. I know people are gonna fight me on it, but especially after Maiden, Priest, what do I have at the top? Long epic songs, but it's gotta be what you picked. I think it was third or fourth. It's On Fire by Van Halen.
I knew it. I knew that's what it was gonna be. Huh?
Of course, and it's my favorite, probably hard rock song. It's my favorite Van Halen song, and it's my favorite closer. The more I think about it, so it's the Holy Trinity. It's got it all. So that's right.
Great pick. So my number one, I've said it before. Do you remember what I'm gonna pick here?
I think so, but help me remind.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Dante's Inferno by Iced Earth.
That's right. Right. And
from the Burnt Offerings album, 1995. It's the first of Matt Barlow on vocals, and as I've said multiple times in the past, John Schaefer on rhythm guitar, probably the best rhythm guitarist in all of metal. Just so many amazing riffs just in that song alone, and it's crazy to me because there's a live video of this from a Live in Athens 1999 album there when they're in Greece. It's like a 16-minute song, and the amount of changes and different riffs and tempo changes that they can remember all that and play it so precise is just amazing. These guys, top-notch musicians, great bands, so that's always been my number one pick. So, yeah, Dante's Inferno, number one for sure. But, so those are each of our top 10s. I want to know some of your honorable mentions real quick, and I'll give some honorable mentions after as well, so...
Yeah, I was very surprised. I think, none of my predictions actually came through. I was really holding out on Hook and Mouth. I thought for sure I had that in the bag, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
And one, which is actually the first honorable mention that I expected on your list, was Pile Driver by Damn Yankees. Was on your consideration.
Yeah, I had that one in consideration for sure. As everyone knows, I'm a huge Ted Nugent fan, and that song, The Fastest and Heaviest, probably Damn Yankees ever did. Just amazing song.
Yeah, and I was also wrong about, any Ted Nugent song, Queen of the Forest. I don't know what you would pick.
I had actually, the one that I had in mind that I was thinking about putting in was Tail Gunner. The final song on the Nugent album, 1982. That's a super underrated, awesome one, but there was several others I had listed. I have freaking a huge thing of honorable mentions here, but Saddle Sore, Out of Control, Name Your Poison, some other close ones I had.
I was trying to think, what was the last one on Free For All it's a long title. It's like, Love You.
I think Hammer Down, right?
Is that the last song?
I think it is, yeah. Maybe not. Hopefully, I'm not wrong about that. I've got it right here, actually. Hold on. Conveniently.
Let's check it out.
I
Love You.
Yeah, I don't know if this is in the right order, but Turn It Up is the last song on this, but that's not right. Turn It Up isn't the last song. But I Love You So I Told You a Lie. It's either that or Hammer Down, I think. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to tell with some of these alternative track lists. So that's very cool, very cool.
You got any other honorable mentions you want to say real quick?
Yeah, I basically assumed this was going to be on the list, but it just kept getting knocked down when I started doing metal, and that was When the Levee Breaks by Led Zeppelin. Very iconic song and very memorable. It's basically a hard rock list. All the metal got pushed to the forefront, but I also considered Whole Lotta Rosie by AC/DC, one of my favorite just rock closers in general. And number 4, I had Yngwie Malmsteen's Krakatoa. I think that's how you pronounce it. That might be Japanese. Maybe the Japanese audience can help me out, but it is like a 6-minute instrumental, and then there's an outro instrumental, or it's like a separate small instrumental. So I don't know if that's a technicality, but just put it in the honorable mentions just because that's one of my favorite instrumentals of all time.
Gotcha.
And then my final and 5th honorable mention was Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who, just because that was one of my favorite songs growing up in high school. So I just thought I'd throw that in there.
Nice. Well, for me, I had a ton of stuff listed. I'll just run through a couple real quick. Seasons in the Abyss, Animal Magnetism by Scorpions, Metal Militia by Metallica, Back Home Again by Cinderella is a really great one. Thorazine Shuffle by Sabotage.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have some Sabotage, but, the closers were never the ones I clung to the most. So I was very disappointed myself.
Yeah, well, I could keep going with the honorable mentions, but not going to sit here all night doing that.
Yeah, we'd be here all night.
Yeah, there's so many, and if any of you guys want to tell us what you thought about our lists, do you think they sucked? Do you agree with them? I don't know. Just let us know in the comments. And Aaron, thank you for being on here. We'll have to do this again sometime for another list for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It was a pleasure going through the ranking. Always happy to be on your show. And Loud Sound Epicenter is going through a bit of a hiatus, so if you want to follow my content, just follow Aaron Ryder AC onto Twitter. I'm pretty active. So that is thank you again.
Yeah, sounds good. And everybody, thank y'all for watching. Till next time.